You smashed him? You smashed him when it was girls?
I didn't smash anything.
So how you know
we
that?
made love. We made love. That's
Who you
why-
made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
Orlando Brown is stirring the pot again, and this time he's not holding anything back. He's naming names and making some of the wildest, most jaw-dropping allegations we've ever heard. The man claims Diddy didn't just use him, he says Diddy passed him around like a party favor. And now, Orlando's pulling big-name rappers into this dark spiral, boldly claiming they made love to him. Not smashed, not hooked up, he said they made love. And when it comes to Drake, Orlando said it straight with no shame or hesitation. But let's be real, this isn't the first time Orlando dropped bombs. He's been tossing cryptic messages and wild stories for years. And because of how erratic he comes off, switching from deep truths to random chaos, folks wrote him off. But now that Diddy is sitting in a courtroom, looking at a possible life away from the free world, people are starting to look at Orlando like maybe he's been telling the truth all along. He ain't backpedaling either. The man straight up said names. Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Usher, Terrence Howard, Drake. Let that sink in. These aren't just industry connections, these are A-list stars, and Orlando is accusing them of being involved in something way deeper than a hookup. When he spoke about Drake, it wasn't just we hooked up. He said they made love. And you know what that screams? That sounds like something only a certified lover boy would do.
You smashed him? You smashed him when it was girls?
I didn't smash anything.
So how you know
we
that?
made love. We made love. That's
Who
why-
you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
Why you not naming no hoes?
But Orlando didn't stop there. He made it very clear that this wasn't just some physical thing, it was manipulation, and he felt it. The way he talked about being surrounded by these powerful men, he painted a picture of someone being used, discarded, and emotionally broken down. And then came the biggest twist. He brought Cat Williams into it. Yes, Cat Williams, a man known for exposing the ugly underbelly of the industry himself. That's when things got complicated, because Cat has always stood against the machine, so either Orlando's reaching or he knows something we don't. And if that wasn't insane enough, Orlando dropped another bomb. His own father sent the baddest friends on him, and when pressed on who his father is, he said Lucifer. I mean, what even? That's not just bizarre, it's haunting.
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer. Thought you knew.
I did.
Okay.
You're Jesus.
Yeah. So my dad sent like every bad one on me. And I was like, whatever. Whatever. But the babies matter now. And I'm like, not my kids, cause y'all tripping.
Now, yeah, calling your father Lucifer sounds absolutely unhinged, but look deeper. Orlando might be trying to say these men were part of some deep, dark force, something evil. Then he brings up Panda, and not the cute animal, no. Orlando says Panda refers to a disturbing act that affects the nervous system so severely it breaks someone down mentally and physically, turning them into a puppet. He says there's a specific nerve that, once triggered, makes a person submit fully. And according to him, that's a tactic being weaponized in Hollywood.
Panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's, so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal, you can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down.
Then he made another shocking link to panda eyes. Those dark marks around the eyes? Orlando claims that's not just conspiracy theory nonsense. He says it's proof, a visible sign of what's being done to people behind the scenes. And he connected it all the way to that infamous Balenciaga campaign, saying that wasn't an accident. According to him, it's all part of the same twisted public manipulation, putting the darkness out in plain sight.
Pretty much, when you see black eyes like Blueface and, you know, like that, he got but he didn't get where you thought he got. He got somewhere else, okay? And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes. And they do this to, so you see people with these cigars, and they're you know, all these big celebrities, they all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in.
Let's rewind for a second. Remember when Orlando used to spout words like gosh and moish? People laughed. They thought he was just some washed up child star rambling nonsense. But now, with Diddy facing actual legal heat for real accusations, folks are starting to connect the dots. Suddenly, those weird cryptic phrases don't seem so funny anymore. They're starting to look like code.
Yeah, Shine. I mean, you gave me the oosh-gosh muash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the oosh-gosh muash.
And
that oosh-gosh muash. You know what I'm talking about, Diddy?
Camp Capone News pulled Orlando back in for another round. This time, they asked him directly about everything he'd said. He didn't blink, he didn't backtrack, he stayed solid. And when the host brought up 50 Cent's story about Diddy offering to take him shopping, something 50 felt was shady. Orlando's laugh said it all. He called Diddy a nice guy, but the way he said it, that smirk, that pause, it hit different. Like he was saying, y'all don't even know.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
I asked 50 about that.
I think he should have let him go shopping with him, man. He wasn't. I don't think it was like. I don't think he extended no. I don't think he was trying to play him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he's funny. I think he's funny, and he know Diddy is very. He knows 50 is a very masculine person. So I think he did know that it wasn't gonna go over too well, but at the same time, he liked to fuck with people, so it's all good.
There's a pattern here. Orlando drops bombs, then buries them in chaos and humor. But people like Jaguar Wright are seeing past the mask. She believes Orlando is faking the crazy to protect himself, because in Hollywood, telling the truth clearly can get you killed. According to her sources, Orlando is smart, and the act? It's his survival mechanism.
Orlando's brilliant.
right.
Yeah,
Y'all spent time with him.
we did.
Yeah.
He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long. That he does is a character. Actually, the shit he does online is the best acting he does.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
And Orlando says that once he started telling his truth, big-name rappers began sliding in with offers. Money, trying to buy his silence. Why? Because what he's seen, what he's lived through, if he exposed it all, it would destroy careers. And that's no exaggeration. Media insiders are whispering that these artists are shaking in their boots, terrified of what might come out about those infamous Diddy parties.
That's Puff. Puff ain't getting touched. Don't you understand that? Puff is not going to jail. Puff is not going to jail. We recorded all these. It was from every big top. We got the masters and everything, Puff.
And guess what? He's not the only one saying it. Sloan Bella, a well-known medium, predicted Diddy's downfall way before the news broke. She talked about energy harvesting rituals in the industry. Yes, rituals. Powerful men doing dark things to young entertainers, allegedly to gain more power and control. She even claimed that Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, knew the truth and was about to write a book before her sudden and suspicious death in 2018. That's the same eerie energy Orlando's been describing for years, just coming from a different source.
Because it's not gay behavior. That's not what we're talking about.
There are gay people, but what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy used to harness energy of a human being. We are being harnessed.
Let me be clear. These are all allegations and theories. No one's saying this stuff is confirmed. But then there's that story about Wendy Williams back in her Hot 97 days. Word is she got her hands on a photo of Diddy in a very compromising situation with another man. She was going to expose it on air until she got fired. People say Diddy had enough industry power to wipe her off the board. Wendy wasn't just some small radio host. She had influence, and even she couldn't go up against Diddy without getting burned. Same with Busta Rhymes. His name has circled the DL rumors for years, and now his own bodyguard stepped forward saying Busta liked keeping certain men close in VIP, not just casually, personally. Another guy even said Busta tried pulling him into his private section, and it didn't feel like a casual hangout. It felt personal, intentional.
These guys have to perform for groups of men that come in. So it leads to a whole little weird space. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that dude Busta Rhymes, yeah, he liked places like that.
Damn.
Facts.
And now it's Usher. Orlando didn't just say his name. He slapped the internet with a phrase that had everyone doing double takes. Usher's a gusher. What does that even mean? Nobody knows exactly, but we all get the vibe. It wasn't innocent. Orlando was dropping coded tea, and people were scrambling to catch every drop. The implications off the charts. And Drake didn't escape this at all. Orlando said it again, clear as day. They didn't just smash, they made love. Let that sink in. This isn't a hookup rumor. This is a claim of intimacy. Like emotions were involved. Orlando wasn't just throwing shade. He was saying there were layers, that this went way deeper than some one-night industry fling.
Usher's a gusher. And
why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro.
And now that Diddy might be headed to prison, everything Orlando has ever said is starting to catch up with the timeline. And it's wild. He's still talking, still pushing the envelope, and still naming names like he's got nothing to lose. And you know what? Maybe he really doesn't. People online are split, but the reactions are powerful. One commenter said, the young man has been in the deepest depths of hell, and this started when he was a kid. It's a miracle he is here today. He weaves the truth within his narrative. Another said, I think he speaks this way to stay out of legal trouble, but if they get him on the stand, it'll be coherent ASF. That's the vibe. That Orlando isn't lost. He's protected. He's guarded. He's doing what he has to do to survive in an industry where truth tellers go missing. Because let's face it, this story isn't just messy. It's dangerous. The stuff Orlando is talking about could end careers, collapse legacies, and expose the rot inside one of the world's most glamorous industries. And what makes this all the more heartbreaking is that it's coming from someone who grew up in the spotlight, someone we saw on Disney, someone we laughed with, who made our childhood fun, and now that same person is unraveling decades of abuse, betrayal, and silence. He says he was passed around like property. He says powerful men manipulated his mind and body. He says some of your favorite rappers did things behind closed doors they would never admit to under oath. And while the world laughed at his breakdowns, he was trying to warn us. And the deeper you dig, the less it seems like a coincidence. Because one after another, people are getting exposed. And when the court finally shines a spotlight into the darkness Diddy operated in, will we still be able to call Orlando crazy? Or will we finally admit he was right all along? This isn't over, not by a long shot. And if you're really here for the raw, the unfiltered, and the dangerous truth they don't want you to hear, you better keep watching, because Orlando Brown just cracked the lid off a scandal that's about to blow the entire music industry wide open.